Hey, what's going on, guys? It's your boy, the Oil God, aka TOG, and this is my follow-up video to build off the first one that I'd introduced you guys to, which was the two-leg model, what the two-leg was, and just the basic setup overall. So the 1 hour box, right? That 1 hour range called a DR IDR, some volume as well, and also my entry model, which is the two-leg. So this one is going to dive a little bit more in depth into the two-leg. It's going to be pretty short, but stay tuned. I will be making some more videos in the future. So what is the two-leg here? Just kind of a recap. The two-leg is a two-leg pullback. 1, stop, 2, right? So that's my entry model. I look for a first retracement, a green stop bar if it's for an up direction longs, and then a second retracement, and then a hold on the green bar. So ideally we want the first leg and second leg to be relatively even in length. It doesn't have to be, it's not a deal breaker, but 1, 2, you just don't want it to be something like this. So this is a green bar, a very, very long first bar, stop, small second bar, and go, right? I'm not saying this can't work, it definitely can. I do take trades like these, but your best two legs are gonna look more so like this, where they're more even in length. And this one is the first leg. We have a stop bar, so this is kind of like a break before the second leg, and then the entry bar. So if we're looking for up moves, this is going to be our first start. We got a first green bar push up, 1, stop, 2. Entry is going to be here. In this case, it's at 5:15 a.m. in the Euro session. What I typically use is a 20-point stop. So 20-point stop and a 60-point target is usually what I use. Just as a basic tool, if you're going mechanical, this is what you should look for with the two-leg. Reason why I use the 20 is because of situations like these where we can have a third leg as well, right? So in this case, what we look for is 1, stop, 2, entry bar. Sometimes we get a third leg, and that 20-point stop covers that scenario most of the time. So that's the reason why I use a 20-point stop. Now, that's a two-leg for you just in general. Let me also show you another two-leg that I like, a clean one, more of like a perfect one, you can call it. It's this one here, right? So we have a 1 leg, a stop, a 2 leg, and then a push on up. So this is a 2 leg, 1, stop, 2, and this is the entry bar. So what do I look like for this 2 leg? What am I looking for? Well, if you get into more of the details, just the basic skeleton is that we have 2 legs, 1 and 2. And then we have a small stop bar, which I like. I don't want extra big stop bars. That's not what I look for. I like small ones. The smaller, the better, in my opinion. So you can see this is a small stop bar. This is a small stop bar. This is a small stop bar as well. These are going to be your best 2 legs, right? So we have a 1, stop, 2, small stop bar. The first retracement leg opens where this candle, the first green bar, opens, which I like, right? That's kind of like a double top. They're both leveled out. And then the stop bar here, this one opens where this small stop bar, this small stop bar opens where this one closes on the first retracement, which I also like. It's kind of even at the top, even at the bottom. Where this candle closes, the second leg opens. Right, so right here, the 105 candle Eastern time is opening where the stop bar closes. It starts from here, pushes up, and then the next leg starts from here, pushes down, and the entry bar as well. It's kind of a strong entry bar, right? It's relatively similar in size with the first retracement, which is what we like. And this is a double bottom. The entry bar opens where this one closes. So straight across, 1, bottom, stop. Straight across the top, 2, and then bottom, straight across as well, entry. Right, so in that case, both of these would have worked out, which is nice. These are your best trades when price is near lows, right at the lows of a trend. That's usually when you get your best 2 legs. And yeah, so that's a 1, stop, 2 right here. Now, why is this not a 1, stop, 2? Let's discuss this well. How about this? 1, stop, 2. There's clearly 2 retracements here, right? 1, stop, 2. Why is this not an entry candle here at 12:35 p.m.? Well, reason why is because the stop bar itself is a massive stop bar, right? So we have a 1, we have a big stop bar, 2, What I told you guys before is I like small stop bars for that very reason, right? So in this case, I would be considering this to be the start of the first leg. So one stop. Then if we had a red bar here coming down as a second leg and entry, that'd be great. But this one is a one. This is a stop, and then a second leg down. I only want one green bar in the middle. I don't want two. So in this case, one green bar here, and then entry. In this case, one green bar here down, and then entry. That's what I want to look for. This one here, one stop, two is not my two-leg entry model that I like. What I take is one small stop bar. That's my favorite. At times you can use two small stop bars, but they got to be very small like this, right? Like this one here is kind of a doji where it's an indecisive candle. If there's two of these here, I can count that as one. But for the time being, as a beginner, you want to use just a one stop, two, and that's pretty much it, right? So that's a two-leg there as well. Let's see what else we have here. Here's another one. One stop, two. This is kind of like a half day here that we had. So one stop, two. You could have entered here as well. It does align with confirmation, right? This candle closes outside the 1 hour box, which is nice. The short-term trend is up right now, which is also nice. And then the first candle opens where this one closes, the first retracement, nice. Small stop bar, which is also nice. The second retracement opens where the stop bar closes, which is nice. And then the entry candle opens slightly higher, but again, it's not a deal breaker here, right? What I care about mostly is this, is the two retracements and the small stop bar. Now, I do want to show you guys an inside bar as well. So at times, we can get something called an inside bar where pretty much price can give you another leg down, kind of like we had here. So let's just say if this red candle opened inside and closed inside this green bar. So it opened right here, but it closed right here inside of this. That means instead of a one stop, two entry, we can got what we got in this case, which is a one stop, two stop, three. It means you can get a third leg down, right? So here's another two leg, one stop, two. You enter right here on this candle, aligns with confirmation. Those are your best trades, especially when price is at the lows of a trend. Right, so let me see if I can find you an inside bar three leg. If I can find that for you guys now, I'm happy to show you. Well, here's an example here. Right, so in this case, we have this push up first, one, stop, this candle's inside, two, stop, three, right? So it's not the best example, it's kind of wavy here, but yeah, overall it's one push up, right? The first bar is green, stop, sorry, one push up, first retracement, stop, second retracement. Why are we not entering here? Because this is an inside bar. It's inside of this candle. You want to be cautious. Again, not the best two leg. You've seen the other two legs that I've shown you, but that's kind of a gist of what I mean by the inside bar. This candle's inside this one, which can give you a three leg instead of a two leg. All right, so what else do we have here? Here's a good example, right? One stop bar is small, which is nice. One stop, two. Why are we not entering here? Well, have a look at the stop bar. It's inside this candle. So this is a much better example. One stop inside this candle, two stop, three. We got a third leg down in this case, right? All based off of that inside bar. So in that case, we still use a 20-point stop. And we hit 60 ticks up top. That's target, which is nice. But if you had taken this one stop, two right here, you're getting stopped out. If you hadn't known about the inside bar, you're taking that entry, you're getting stopped out. If you knew that this is an inside bar, so we can get a one stop, so inside bar, two stop, three, you would wait until a third retracement and then possibly take a trade in the up direction, right? So be cautious of that. Inside bars can be the stop bar. Inside bars can be the first retracement leg. Inside bars can be the entry candle, right? So if this is the two leg, one stop, two, if this is an inside candle here inside of this bar, that also means there could be a third leg down, right? So that's getting a little bit more in depth here. You've seen the basic two leg, which I like. The other one is going to be the 3-leg. It's not only just in the up direction, there's also the down direction. So here you go, 1, stop, 2. This is a beautiful 2-leg. 1, stop, 2. Why are we not taking this one? 1, stop, 2. Well, first off, the stop bar is more of a medium-sized stop bar. Again, the smaller, the better. You could take this, just less probability it's going to work out. So I would avoid this one. Be a little bit more patient. See if you see something that you like. And then when you see this, 1, stop, 2. This is where you enter at 1:15 p.m. Eastern time, right? So this aligns. First, we had a confirmation up here to look for longs. We got no entry, ends up being a false day. Price closes outside the 1 hour box. Now we can look for some continuation to the downside. We get a first push up, 1, medium-sized stop bar, right? So be cautious there. 1, stop, 2. You could enter here, but again, the stop bar is more so on the bigger side. It's kind of aligning with the size of these candles right here. But if you wait a little bit, 1, stop, small stop bar, 2, you enter on this one. That's your 2-leg short, and you're getting paid at the end of the day, right? So same thing. We're using a 20-point stop. And then right before the session ends, or right when the session does end, or when Asia opens, you end up with your 3R trade. So again, 20-point stops, 60-point targets is what we look for in my strategy. Right, so that's one right there. Here's another great example of the 3-leg that I just talked about. This is perfect. So 1, stop, 2. Why are we not entering here? This is a 2-leg, right? 1, stop, 2. Why are we not entering on this candle? Have a look at the entry candle. It's inside of this red bar, right? So the open of this candle down here is inside of this. The close of the candle's inside of this. What does that tell you? Be cautious. Instead of a 1 stop 2 entry bar, we can get a 1 stop 2 stop inside bar 3, and then a push on up, right? So this is a perfect example. We have small stop bars, which are great. We have a double bottom here. The entry bar opens where this one closes on the second retracement. So again, just depending on how you like to take your trades. 3R, I don't think this hits. 2R does hit. Yeah, so 2R hits. 3R just slightly misses. Maybe get 2.5 at the most. But this is a perfect example. 1, stop, 2, inside bar. So stop, 3, you enter here. You get paid if you take the 2R target. Right, so that's a great example of a 3-leg pretty much, but the inside bar is what causes the 3rd leg. So that's another example for you guys as well. And this also does align with confirmation. Let's keep that in mind. So this candle closes outside of the 1 hour box, right? So that means we look for up direction moves. Again, it doesn't always hold, doesn't mean every trade is going to work out in that direction. If it's a 2-leg, oftentimes you'll see price goes up, closes outside this 1 hour box, and then instead it decides to go up, come on down, and then maybe do something down here like a 2-leg reversal, and then go up. 2-leg reversal is something for a different video here, but yeah, this aligns with confirmation. This is transition time, right? Transitioning before New York, end of Euro to New York. You can get some great trades during this window as well, and then you take a trade on the 1 stop, 2 stop, 3, 1 stop, 2. Entry bar, no, wait, it's an inside candle. Let's be cautious. We get a 3rd leg. Okay, now we can take it. What else do we have here? Anything else? Here's another great example here as well of a 2-leg. And when you want to be a little bit more patient, right? So I'll make sure I make my rules video, what type of rules I use, what type of setups I use. There's a bunch of stuff coming out, models, trends, psychology videos. I'll be going into all of that in future videos, so make sure you follow along and you tap in, stay tuned. That's all going to be coming. That's for a different video here, but what I usually use is I wait for the 1 hour box to close. So don't trade before when the 9:30 candle hits. I wait until the 10:30 candle, 10:25 candle closes and the 10:30 starts to trade. Now there are times where you can trade before then, right? So if price is coming down, you see a 2-leg reversal like this one here. 1 stop, 2. Are we entering here? In my opinion, nope. Why not? Have a look at this. this entry candle is inside of this red bar. So what does that tell us? Instead of a 1 stop 2 entry, we can get a 1 stop 2 stop inside bar 3, and then you can enter here, right? So these are some earlier trades that you can take. For beginners, I would say wait until the 1 hour box is finished. Then you can look at taking trades in the direction of the box itself, or just in the direction of the 2-leg that presents itself. So for this one here, 1 stop 2, right? So are we entering long here? I would say wait. Why? Again, the entry bar is inside of this red candle, right? Have a look at this. Entry bar is inside this red candle here. That tells us that we can potentially get a 3rd leg down before a potential push up in the up direction. But in this case, we don't get a 3rd leg down, right? So when do we take this trade? If we realize that price isn't giving us a 3rd leg down, when should we enter the trade? So what I typically do, if I see an inside bar like this one here, 1 small stop bar, which is great, 2nd leg, and then we have an inside bar as the entry candle, I typically wait for a 2nd green, right? So this is telling me that, you know what, there is no likely scenario of a 3rd leg down, and that pretty much this is likely going to be the bottom, at least for the time being, right? So let me just repeat that. Let's first discuss the 2-leg. We have this is the first candle to start, big wick. 1 small stop bar, which is nice. 2, right? So we got 2 retracements. That's our first criteria. Do we have 2 retracements? Yes, 1 and 2. Do we have a small stop bar? Yes. That also checks out. We're 2 of 2 there. Is the entry candle, or is any of these candles inside bars? So the stop bar isn't. The first retracement isn't, right? This is just a wick. A wick. It's not a body. It has to be inside the body. Like this one's inside the body, this candle. This one, it's inside the wick, but that doesn't matter. I want it to not be inside the body. So yeah, we have 2 retracements, small stop bar, no inside bars here. And then the entry candle itself ends up being an inside bar. This is inside this red bar. I wait to see if we get another leg down. If we do, and then we get a green bar, I enter the trade. That's the 3rd leg. That should be the final one. And if we don't get another red leg down, a red retracement down, like a 3rd leg, I'll enter on this green one once it holds, and pretty much tells me that the 3rd retracement is likely void. It's not going to happen. Of course, it can always come down as a 1 stop 2 afterwards, right? So keep that in mind. But I would enter on this one. It's a 2-leg. It checks all the criteria. It aligns with confirmation. And we are pretty much at the lows here, right? So the trend as well is at the lows. This could be a higher low on this bottom of the trend here, right? So this could be putting a higher low, changing the direction of the trend from down to up, right? So it's going from the lows, we go up, we come, we make a higher low versus this low, and it's changing the direction of the trend now in the opposite direction. So yeah, that's another example for you guys. Here's another one as well. 1 stop 2. This is much cleaner than this, right? So let's have a look at this. Criteria. Do we have 2 legs, 2 pullbacks, 2 retracements? Yes, 1 and 2. Do we have a small stop bar? Yes, so that's perfect. Is any of these bars inside bars? Right, so the first retracement leg, no, it starts up here. It's not starting inside. The small stop bar, nope, it lines up as a double bottom with the end of the first retracement. It opens where this one closes. The second retracement opens where this one closes. Again, the more perfect it is, the better, but it's not a deal breaker. Like this one doesn't open where this one closes. This one, stop bar doesn't open where this one closes. Second retracement doesn't open where the stop bar closes, right? Even the entry candle isn't a double bottom. It doesn't open where the second retracement closes. It's not a deal breaker, but the more we can get that to align, the better, right? So the first retracement ends, stop bar opens nice and small, it closes nice and small, and it opens where this red candle closed, the first retracement. Second retracement opens where the stop bar closes. We have a second leg, a 1 stop 2. We get a nice green bar, strong. You take that long and you either hold or you go for your 3R, whatever it might be, whatever you like to trade, whether it's 2Rs, right? Going for a 20-point stop, but a 40-point target. You get paid by the end of the session. Or if you want to hold overnight, go for 3R. You're getting paid in euro the next day. If you go even higher, I mean, 4R, again, just feel free to test it out. And you're getting paid in New York. So there's some examples for you guys. I hope that breaks it down a little bit more clearly. What kind of two legs I like. I told you again, the more neater it is, the better. Inside bars as well, what that can do for you. What does that mean? Next leg down, potentially. If we have an inside bar, how do we react? Especially if it's an entry bar, we wait for the second green bar. And the more neat the two leg looks, the better, right? So it's perfect as it looks, as clean as it looks. That's going to be better for your two leg probability of working out. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like it, leave me a comment if you have any questions. Again, I have a ton of stuff coming. This is stuff that I've all discovered myself. I have models coming for you guys. I have back tests as well. There's some results here. And if you don't follow me on X, make sure you do. It's at the Oil God. And that's where I pretty much release a lot of my trades during the day. I give some call outs as well live. And then I'll also do end of day reviews of price action of my trades, so you can get a better understanding of what I look like, what I was looking at while the market was moving, and what I like to look for as well. All right, I'll see you guys next one. Lock in, stay blessed, TOG out, and peace.